Hey, comic book fans, welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. And fans, you're back with me, Mike Spider Slayer, getting ready to bring you Spidey Classics, installment number 6. That's right, fans. And today we're talking about an oldie here. This one was made in December of 1984, and it was written by Tom DeFalco, and the artwork was done by Ron Fretz. And this one is the Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 259, otherwise known as All My Pasts Remembered. Now, this is the first issue that Spider-Man returns with the blue and red after wearing the black and white costume for so long. He just found out that the costume was alive. And this issue has to deal with Mary Jane. That's right. The never before told true story of Mary Jane Watson, and also the Hobgoblin strikes. Now, this book is very well written. If you guys read this book, it will take you, it's a lengthy book, but it tells a great story and great character development here with Mary Jane, because you get to learn her past. You get to learn how she grew up, the family, where she came from, and it was very well told story. This is the type of character development that you look for in your stories to get attached to your characters, and Tom DeFalco did a wonderful job telling this story. You can see here throughout the book here, the artwork is done nicely, even though maybe Mary Jane and you know, Peter may look a little bit older, or a little malnourished, if you may say so, but it has that 80s feel to it, that 80s style of artwork. You can see here that the Hobgoblin is dressed and looks very intimidating, as he was back in the early days, where he's very mystery-like and whatnot. And again, you can see lots of reading, lots of in-depth character views here on Mary Jane's family. So again, very well done in this story. So again, what was the story really focused about? Did I enjoy it? Did I feel it was too lengthy? No. Like I said, this focuses on Mary Jane's family. It goes back into the days of when Mary Jane and Peter Parker were just friends, and Mary Jane just found out that she just found out his secret identity, that he is really Spider-Man. And so she feels that she can trust Peter, and she wants to, give him all the information of her past, because they're such good friends. And it goes back to the days of when her and her father met, and it goes back to when he became a professor, and you got to meet her sister Gail, who was an inspiring dancer, and obviously Mary Jane was an aspiring actress, and you get to see them live that. Their home became broken. Her father became abusive, and as the story continues, you kind of see her sister Gail also kind of followed in her father's footsteps. Kind of dropped her dancing career to marry her first love, who her husband was a football star. And you get to see the story unfold. Now, the whole thing with the Hobgoblin here is you get to see the Hobgoblin come into town, and he's going off of the major illegal gambling casinos or tables around, and he wants 10% of everything, or otherwise he's going to rat them out or cause problems. Yeah, so this was a very interesting issue. You had a one thing that touched on the Fantastic Four, on Reed Richards actually studying the symbiote suit that Spider-Man did wear, and you get to see the image in there. So they found out that it was a living organism that was on Spider-Man. So that was really well done too. If you guys remember the Rose was in this issue. So great stuff here, how the Hobgoblin and the Rose interaction was going on, and how the Kingpin was mentioned here. And it was really good by the time you get to the end of this issue, where Peter Parker actually realizes the Hobgoblin is back, and he goes looking for his outfit here, and he winds up seeing the old blue and red costume, and he goes to put it on for the first time. He puts on the belt, puts on the camera, puts on the the leggings and his mask, and he says the Hobgoblin is not going to get away with it this time. So really, really awesome issue. Just very nostalgic, great character development. It was really interesting to see Gail Watson's story in here because you've never really seen her that much, and newer readers might not be familiar with her. She made her first appearance, I think, in issue number 246, and the person that she married, again, was a football star named Timothy Barnes. So he's made about 19 appearances or whatnot. So not a major player, but you get to see a little bit of Mary Jane's history, and you get to see her sister. And her sister never really forgave her for Mary Jane abandoning her, because Mary Jane was she's a very powerful character, and she kind of told Gail, she's like, when her mother died, she wound up saying, I'm not going to follow in your footsteps. I am going to be the person who I am going to be. I'm going to be an actress. I'm going to follow my dreams, unlike you, unlike Mom. So you can see that in this book how strong of a character Mary Jane really is, and this issue is 100% proof of that. And you can see that in today's issues, Mary Jane is lacking. She has been all but a memory in Dan Slott's run with Amazing Spider-Man. She's hardly ever in the book. And I don't know if he has a hard time writing her, but this is the way you write Mary Jane. She's a very strong character, and it shows right here in issue number 259. So I hope in the future that Mary Jane comes back in future issues of Amazing Spider-Man and brings back that character that we all known and love back in the day when Tom DeFalco was writing this book. Overall, this story, guys, was a great issue. I give it a 5 out of 5 stars. The artwork, again, the characters may be a little bit skinny looking, but the story that Tom DeFalco writes here is defining, and I really enjoyed it tremendously. So if you guys are looking for a classic story arc that begins with the Hobgoblin, you could start right here on issue 259, and you'll get to see all these future issues with Spider-Man dealing with the Hobgoblin as well. So great stuff ahead. I'm going to be reviewing more of this story arc in future issues of The Amazing Spider-Man, as you guys know, in Spidey Classics. And guys, leave me your comments below. Tell me what you thought of this particular issue and this particular episode of Spidey Classics. So guys, as always, thank you for watching Comic Book Corner 2.0. And until the next comic book review, fans, Mike Spider Slayer signing off. Take care, fans. See you soon.